So we have a bunch of companies to talk about in this video, guys, all of which reported earnings. We have Target, Lowe's, and a couple of other ones. And I also want to go over what the stock market is looking like right now, which let me tell you, it's not looking good. We're actually selling off today. I want to break down if this is the start of a bigger sell-off. Are the bulls still in charge? What's my take? So we have a lot to break down. Sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's dive into the video. And if you all find value, all I ask is to hit that like button and, of course, to make sure to subscribe if you want to. I think the subscribe button is actually black now. It used to be red, but I was going to say hit that red button. Now you got to hit that black button. So hit that black button, make sure to subscribe, and let's dive into the video. So before we actually talk about these earnings, let's take a look at how the markets are doing. Right now, the Dow is barely down. It's actually the best looking index right now out of the bunch. It's down 0.1%, but don't get excited because we have the S&P down 0.7, which is bad. The Russell's down 1.7, which is even worse. And then we have the NASDAQ 100 down about 1.4%, and a bunch of tech stocks are getting hit today. Obviously, the small caps are getting hit as well. So what we're seeing right now on this 20-day chart on SPY, let me make sure you guys can see that. Yep, you can see that. What we're really noticing is we are, if I zoom in, holding this. We're still holding this point. That's number one. And number two, or B, we are still above the 180 SMA, which if we do break this point here, which you're going to see it better on the 5-day, 5-minute, which we're testing it right now, it's right around 395. If this falls under 395, we're probably going to start coming down to that 180 SMA on this 20-day chart, right, which is right around 388, 390 bucks on SPY. And going to the 4-hour chart, that would put SPY right around the 50 SMA. So even if it breaks 395, guys, it's still going to be the bulls are still going to be in charge, at least in my opinion, as long as it holds above 385, 390, even 380. You could argue bulls would still be in charge. But if this thing starts falling under 375, bulls are going to be in trouble. And at this point, we're 20 bucks above that. I don't want to say we're far ways from that point because we could drop 20 bucks in these types of markets. SPY could easily drop 20 bucks in a couple days, but the bulls are still in charge. Let's just put it that way, at least in my opinion, as long as SPY holds above 375, 380, 385. And for Triple Q, let's pull this up. Then we're going to get into these earnings, guys, so make sure you all stick on throughout the video. Triple Q is down 1.3, which we said that in the intro. And at this point, bulls are also still in charge. We filled the gap to 295. We failed breaking out because it was pretty overbought at that point. And now we fill the gap back down to about 285, which you guys can see. And I've been saying this on the channel here, which you guys got to pay attention. This has been a point of resistance for about 2.5, or not even 2.5 months, 1.5 months, almost 2 months, right? At about 285. So this is a very critical spot for the bulls to hold. If we fail at 285, bulls are going to start losing grip. We're probably going to start coming down to 277, 280, right by these moving averages, which that would be the last straw for the bulls. If they failed here at 275, it would not be good. Tides would start turning at that point, in the bears' favor. But right now, again, bulls are still in charge, in my opinion, on Triple Q, on SPY, and we'll see how it plays out throughout the course of the rest of today. And I'm about to sneeze, guys. Holy crap, I'm fighting off a sneeze. You guys know when you get that little tickle in your nose. I'm feeling that right now, but it's all good. I think it just went away, which is good. So hit the like button for that, guys. So let's see what gold's doing. Gold's up barely. Silver's up. Okay, so, commodities are moving up. Gold's up 0.3. Silver's up 0.5. Is oil up? It probably is up. No, it's not. It's down by the looks of it. Or no, is it not? No, it is. It's down 2.6%. Still in the mid-80s a barrel right now on oil. So, yeah, what do you guys think? If you have any thoughts, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you have any stocks you want me to talk about, drop them down below in the comments as well while you're at it. And we might as well just get into these earnings, because Target's earnings were not good. We might as well talk about them right off the bat. The stock is down 13% when I'm filming. They did not do well. Earnings per share came in way under the estimate, which I'd say is the leading catalyst here that is causing the stock to drop. No doubt about it, in my opinion. Adjusted EPS came in at $1.54 versus $2.16. Revenue came in at $26.52 billion, which beat the $26.41. So they beat on revenue, and revenue, mind you, is barely up year over year. Last year they did $25.65 billion, so barely up year over year. So I mean, investors really aren't, in my opinion, harping on that point, or that metric here. They're really looking at the adjusted EPS number, which they missed by a long shot, right? And Q3 same-store sales came in at 2.7%. They were up 2.7%, rather, which the estimate was looking for up 2.2%. And I guess that's pretty good. But again, the markets, if there's one bad piece of information, it does the good pieces of the good stats out of the earnings, they don't matter, right? Same store sales beat, it doesn't matter. Revenue beat, it doesn't matter if there's one bad thing here, which is adjusted EPS. And of course, guys, these are just the brief basic numbers we're talking about. But if there's one thing that's off, which in this case, again, adjusted EPS, stock is going to tank in most cases, or not on, I don't want to say in most cases, but in these types of markets, man, it's not going to be pretty. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, Target's getting destroyed. On the 4-hour chart, you all can see it is fighting to hold trend here. Let me actually clear the set quickly and show you all this. We're fighting to hold the trend, but, we're one step away from completely collapsing. I mean, if this thing falls under 145, even $150, it's going to start slipping. That's my opinion. I'm going to set an alert here. Mark is at or below 145, and we'll see what it does from that point here in the in the near-term future. So, yeah, Target dropped the ball for sure on earnings, and the stock got surprised. And really, I mean, if you look at it, all the gains were erased from the past couple of weeks. I mean, look, like I say all the time, stocks take the stairs up, elevator down. That's the saying, right? Stairs up, elevator down. It went from 155 roughly to about 180. It took about a month to do that, and just in a day, it lost all of those gains based on what we're seeing now. So it is not looking good at all for Target, guys. And Lowe's also reported, and on the flip side, this is looking good. They're up 6%, $12 a share in the green, and they did adjusted EPS of $3.27 versus the $3.09 estimated. Revenue came in at $23.5 billion versus $23.1, so that beat as well. Double beat for Lowe's. Revenue a year ago was $22.9 billion, so year over year, it's not growing much at all, but it is barely up on revenue, and they see full-year adjusted EPS. This is good guidance here, guys, of $13.65 to $13.80 versus prior guidance of $13.10 to $13.60. Again, that's for adjusted EPS, and they see full-year 22 sales of $97 to $98 billion. And at this point, if we're looking at the chart, there's no doubt it's overbought. There's no doubt we're at a big resistance here from the middle of August, and there's also no doubt that the bulls are in charge and momentum is clearly to the upside. But with that being said, we're probably going to pull back. My take is we're going to pull back a little bit, before we end up breaking out potentially of 220. And for that reason, I'm going to be cautious. I feel like Lowe's could come down to 205, 210, consolidate there a little bit, chill there, maybe even lower 200s, and, we'll see what it does from that point. But pretty good guidance, pretty good earnings for Lowe's, and the stock is being rewarded for it 100%. And we also had TJX, which is at a high here. Have you guys noticed this? This has been a stealth stock here. It's been going up without really many people looking at it or talking about it. At least I haven't seen it, really been paying much attention to it. But this stock just hit a high, $77. I'm not sure if it's an all-time high. I would say it's not. Let me see, though. Wow, it is. TJX, guys, just hit an all-time high. Unbelievable. So in this bear market, in this economy with all this inflation, crypto going, it's getting hit to the dirt. A lot of things have been selling off. There's still stocks that are hitting all-time highs. In every bear market, there's going to be a mini bull market somewhere, and in this case, we've seen it in the past couple of months, really the past year with, of course, energy. TJX is a stock that's been crushing it clearly, and you got to realize that within every bear market, there's going to be a little bull market somewhere. You just have to find it, and you're not always going to find it. You're not always going to play it perfectly, obviously, but looking for it is, at least for me, it's fun. It's trying to find stocks that have been doing well. TJX is one. for sure that you have to watch. So yeah, they're crushing it. You know, they did 86 cents EPS on versus 80 cents estimated on an adjusted basis on revenue of 12.17 versus 12.3 billion. So they actually missed on revenue, 12.17 versus 12.3, and they now see full year adjusted EPS for full year 23, pretty much right in line with the $3.10 estimate. So yeah, I mean, they beat EPS, slight miss on revenue, and the stock just keeps on trucking along. So we'll see how it plays out, guys. We also had ZIM, Integrated Shipping. They reported, and look at the stock. I mean, who called this out? I called this out, guys, months ago. I mean, look at this thing. It got from $9 to $90. We called the bubble out, and here we are, $26 a share. They were paying at one point, I think like a couple of months ago, their dividend was like 150%. I mean, guys, come on, you know. And now that they've slashed their dividend massively, it's now $2.95, which it's come back to reality for sure. So ZIM did EPS of $9.66 versus $9.54. So they beat on revenue of $3.23 billion versus $3.18 billion estimated. So they beat EPS, beat revenue, and the stock is actually slowly breaking out. Well, not fully breaking out, but it's moving out of these moving averages for the first time since the end of August, which we're talking about 3 months ago, right? So let's see if this gains a little bit more steam. I'm not looking at this for an investment. There's no chance I would buy this for an investment, but for a trade, as a trade, you know, it's peaking out of the highs here from the middle of October. We're starting to break out of the moving averages here on the 4-hour. Let's see if this could get maybe back towards the $30 mark. We'll see. You know, it's already in the high 20s. Let's see if 30s, low 30s, you know, could be coming here. So we also had Tencent, which I had trouble pulling up their numbers here on ThinkOrSwim. I probably should have went to their investor relations page. That's my bad, guys. But Tencent is up 5% right now. They did 37 cents in EPS. I didn't see what their revenue number was. Crap. Why is it not here, man? Either way, again, I probably should have went to their investor relations. But overall, stock is up from $25 just a couple of days ago. 2 weeks ago, to now $38. It is up 53%. I mean, some of these moves are just purely disgusting in these Chinese stocks in just the past couple of weeks. Unreal. 10 cents up, and now again it's up 5% with these earnings. And we have Alibaba after the bell today, so watch out for that one. Is it going to see a similar move here? Well, actually, no. They're tomorrow. They're tomorrow in the morning. My bad, guys. Not today after the bell. Tomorrow morning we have Alibaba. So yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I'm going to wrap it up there. We had some earnings this morning. You know, some Chinese stocks are moving, and, you know, the markets in general, like you all can see, they're going down. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you want some free stocks from Moomoo and from Webull, use those links down below. You get a $10 cash coupon with Moomoo, plus up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. All you got to do is use my link down below, deposit at least $100, and you could also get, again, 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. All those are linked down below. All those links, by the way, help out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.